Alright, so for Valentine's Day, I decided to post a reaction to 13 Going on 30, and it was taken down. And sure, it was because of something called copyright. But no, I know why it was taken down. They can't deceive me. It's because they wanted to prevent me from saying this with my whole chest that this movie is messy. So is this one. So because my copyright ops got to me, I wanted to switch things up and have a conversation instead. And I wanted to determine which movie is the messiest in this first messy movie matchup. And we are pitting two iconic rom-com movies against one another, 13 Going on 30 versus Valentine's Day. Which one is the messiest? Let's talk about it. 13 Going on 30 starts off with Jennifer Garner's character, Jenna Rink. And honestly, the mess first begins at her 13th birthday party. So the popular girls, Tom Tom and the Six Chicks, they pull up to Jenna's party even though it's very obvious they had no interest in being there. They just grab some food,
Wait, give me that drink.
grab the
Before I
project that they
where's our project proposal?
manipulated Jenna into doing. And also, what I don't get is why the nerds or the smart kids in these teen or middle school movies, why do they always do homework for other people for free? If you're smart, why not turn it into a job? Especially with these bullies, cause they don't see me. I mean, they're mean. They mean to Maddie, but Maddie kind of deserves it because in the beginning he was just taking a picture of a girl randomly. He was being a little weirdo, but they're not stuffing her head in the toilet or pushing her against lockers. They actually low-key nice. I mean, they not the best people to be around, but they're not as terrible as you'd expect bullies to be. But yeah, everybody leaves, and because Maddie's the only one that's left, Jenna thinks that Maddie is the reason everyone left. And I'm I mean, he could have been, but girl, it was very obvious they did not mess with you. As soon as they put up to your house, they didn't say happy birthday. They didn't bring no gift. They took off their coats, put on you, and walked past as if they're doing you a favor. And Maddie has been a great friend. He made you a whole dollhouse, poured some mysterious drugs on it, and he's the only one that tried to liven up the party even though he was playing some whack music. Jenna says that she hates Maddie and she wants to be like the 30-year-old models that she sees in her favorite magazine.
I want to be 30.
Well, you will be, honey.
And she locks herself in the closet and summons a ritual where she casts a spell.
30 and flirty and thriving.
30, flirty, and thriving. Her wish is granted and she is just thrusted into her new life as a 30-year-old woman. And she works at Poise magazine. Damn, it sounds like she living good. But she's struggling to adjust to this new lifestyle because she was literally 13 a minute ago, and she doesn't know what to do. She's no longer friends with Maddie. She's no longer as close as she was with her parents, and her best friend is now Tom Tom. So her mind is just all over the place. So she tries to find Maddie, and once she does, she just tells him hey, I lost my memories.
Hey, I told you something really weird is happening. Yesterday was my 13th birthday. Hey, I woke up and I'm this. I can't remember my life. You need to help me remember my life.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know how I got here. Please help me, please. And Maddie, because does he have a job? I don't know. But because he was apparently free that day, he decides to help her. He fills her in on the backstory and he tells her that they haven't been friends since her 13th birthday party and that their falling out is because of that. After she kicked him out, she became a 7th chick and she assumedly just became an a-hole for real. Fast forward, Maddie and Jenna, they rekindle their friendship and they become closer because Jenna enlists him to work on a project for Poise magazine where she has to come up with this fresh new concept.
I'm hiring you. Actually, Poise is hiring you for the week.
I could really use this, but you don't need to do me any favors.
Competitor magazine are stealing all their ideas, and it's later revealed that it was actually Jenna doing it. Jenna the villain for real. Because they're spending so much time together, Maddie forgets that he has a fiance. Yes, I did not mention that yet. Maddie has a fiance named Wendy who he introduces to Jenna. But he's spending all his time with Jenna and they grow closer. I also didn't care about Wendy, just like Jenna and Maddie. I was like, oh, this is so cute. Like, I'm getting like butterflies for them. But no, this is a mess. And this man don't even have his ring on. He don't care about Wendy. He gets on top of her. She rubbing on his arm and they kiss. Maddie is taking that kissing the homies goodnight meme a bit too literally. Boy actually did it. Bruh, his poor fiance. Like, Maddie is clearly not thinking with his heart anymore. He don't care about nothing. He's clearly just thinking with his dick. Also with this scene, I know that they are both adults, but hold on. Give me a second to ruin your entire perception of this scene if you've seen the movie before. She's still 13, right? Even though, like, she's physically, like, an adult, her body changed, you're still mentally 13 because you were 13 probably, like, a whole week ago. And she acts like a child. Like, in my opinion, she's not giving, like, carefree adult where she's just like, oh, I'm just living life, no care in the world. No, she, like, act like a baby a little bit. And you know, Maddie doesn't know. He's like, okay, I'm just like hanging on my old best friend or whatever. Best friend with benefits. But like, we see her talking to a little boy because in her mind, she still thinks that she's 13.
He is not. I think you're really cute.
So the main character thinks that she's 13 and we think that she's 13. In the next scene, Maddie is approached by Wendy, who, you know, he forgot was his girl.
Hey, I wasn't expecting to see you. Wendy.
He has the gall to be expecting Jenna. Like, sir, right then and there, call off the wedding. Who did you expect? Like, she's like a little surprised. This woman is oblivious. She don't know that you spend all your time with Jenna. Like, I'm pretty sure he didn't mention, like, they were working on a project together. Also, why she low-key look like Jenna a little bit? And honestly, what makes me, like, upset with Maddie is that he doesn't have any pushback. I mean, like, I know he had feelings for Jenna, but he let her come into his life and be a homewrecker. Like, he let her crash his wedding with, like, no consequences. And he was just, like, real sweet and calm about it.
I have to believe that if you knew that, if in your heart you really, really knew that, you wouldn't be getting ready to marry someone right now unless that someone were me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I have felt things these past few weeks that I didn't know I could feel anymore.
Like, man, this scene does get me emotional, but like, sir, why are you still about to go through with the wedding? Maddie literally says to her, I have always loved you, and I have been the happiest I have been in the last few years of my life with you. Okay, so call off the wedding. Like, what's your excuse to not do that?
That's her family down there. We care about each other, you know?
Maddie, why are you dumb? Why are you dumb? Maddie, I'm about to hold your hand when I say this. Who gives a damn that you care about her and you just like her cuddles and shit? If you truly cared about her, you would spare her from what you're about to do. You're about to put her through this hell because you don't love her as much as you love this other woman. You just care about her. You just want to get married because her family is already there and you feel like you can't back out the wedding. Backing out the wedding is not as bad as going through with it and then running into problems later on. We know he's never going to tell Wendy about that kiss and how he truly feels. So when I was editing this video and upon a rewatch of the movie, I noticed another mess. It's the ending, probably the biggest mess, because it sums up all of Jenna's tomfoolery and how everything went her way. because she's a villain and she gets what she wants. I mean, so Jenna, she makes a wish to go back to when she's 13, and then her and Maddie, they fall in love and get married. Exactly what Jenna wanted, right? So the reason that it is a mess is because Wendy is a victim of it all. As I mentioned throughout this whole video, I feel absolutely awful for Wendy. She did not deserve this at all. All she did was be a very nice woman and a very caring woman, as Maddie stated, because they care about each other.
You know?
And it's a mess because this obviously is not the message you're supposed to take away from the movie, but sometimes if you ruin somebody's life, you'll get exactly what you want. And that's what happened with Jenna. I love this movie, even though it may not seem like it. Now, let's compare this to Valentine's Day, where Jennifer Garner's character in this movie, Julia, she is dating Robert from Enchanted. He's about to be called Robert because I do not know his name in this movie. But anyways, it seems like this couple is very compatible. He has juggling skills and she's able to catch the balls. That shows that they're in sync, I guess. I don't know. He gives her a little cute heart for Valentine's Day. And he tells her that he's about to go on a business trip and that he'll call her when he lands.
Hey, honey, I'm just pulling into the airport. I'll call you when I land,
His name is Harrison. Okay. Nobody better be cheating in this movie. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be cheating. Let me stop having high hopes for these characters.
Hello. Good morning. I'm home.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey, Peanut. Hi, sweetie.
Did you fix all the broken hearts?
Oh my god. So yeah, as you can see, he ain't shit either. He's a worse version of Maddie. And what's crazy too is that this man has no shame. Like, he goes up to Ashton Kutcher's character, who works in a bouquet shop, and he tells him like, hey, I'm gonna need a set of flowers for chick number 1, my side chick, and I'm gonna need better flowers. Well, he didn't say that, but I'm assuming he meant that. I'm gonna need the best of the best for my main chick, my wife.
I need your discretion. We have an understanding, right?
I understand there is a florist code about these things.
Oh, great. Here's the credit card, and here are the addresses. These are the addresses for the ladies.
And Ashton's character, he quickly, what's his name? Reed quickly catches on, and he's like, okay, so I recognize this address because this is the address of my homegirl. His bestie is Julia. After he gets off work, he's like trying to tell her like, hey, like, this is not who you think it is. This is not the right man for you. So speaking of Ashton Kutcher's character / Koso, we follow his relationship, and he is dating Jessica Alba. He is deeply in love with this woman, and you can tell that he cares about her so much because he proposes to her as soon as she wakes up. They're not gonna last. I'm predicting it now. This movie is 2 hours. Within 2 hours, they're not gonna be together. Hell, most of these couples may not even be together. And I'm not saying, like, with this proposal, he had to do something grand, like propose at the beach or, like, have rose petals. But, like, bro, are you that in love with her to where you don't really plan the, like, proposal? That's, like, a really big thing, right? How did you ask her to be your girlfriend? Did you just like send her a text and be like, yo, I think you cool, you trying to date or something? If he proposed in a grocery store, that honestly would have been a lot more romantic than him just pushing his hot breath in her face. But anyways, she accepts the proposal, but her reaction is like she was not feeling him as much as he was feeling her. To further that belief, we see a scene where she visits him at his job and she's handing him his wallet. Notices that she doesn't have the ring on.
Look what you forgot.
See, that is one empty hand.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any idea what it would be like at work today if I wore that thing? I mean, people will be asking me,
Where'd you get the big ring?
She called her engagement ring a fucking thing. Bro, if this doesn't say she does not love you or she does not want to marry you, I don't know what else will.
I'm sorry. I should be thinking about our future together, but I'm still focused on my future. It's really beautiful for someone else.
She eventually does tell him. She's like, hey, we are just not compatible, but I hope that you find a girl that is compatible with you. And honestly, this is not messy at all. This is actually a very, very mature way to handle this. What is messy though is how she just took the damn dog without asking him, hey, how are we gonna do this? Did you want to keep Max or whatever his name is? That's low-key bold, because what if that was his dog? Another couple that we follow are Estelle and Edgar. They are excited about renewing their vows. Edgar is hanging out with his grandson, and his grandson just like asks him about love and like what to do when you're very interested in a girl. And because Edgar has been in a very healthy, caring, and loving relationship for years, he has like a lot of advice to give. And it's like a very cute scene.
You were gone so long. I was so lonely. And, well, Joey came over. It was my birthday. Then it wasn't anything at first. And,
You had an affair.
yes. But it didn't last long, Edgar.
Why tell me now?
Bruh. Alright, this is like really messed up, bro. Because they're about to renew their vows, and Edgar is understandably upset. Because he's like, why would you wait so long to tell me? Loki, sis, were you planning an attack? Like, you could have been told him if it bothered you that much. But you want to wait until y'all old? Until y'all have grandkids and a whole family to say something? That's messed up for real. He seems so sweet, bro. Obviously, this man does not deserve this. Nobody does. But let's put a pause in their story and let's move on to Catwoman and Eddie Brock. They seem like an okay couple. I don't really have much of an opinion on them, but Topher Grace's character pissed me off almost instantly. Anne Hathaway's character is getting ready for work. You can tell she's getting ready for work because she's rushing to get ready.
Stay, hang out for a little bit. You can grab breakfast.
And he's like, oh, man, why don't you stay? Are you sure you have to leave? Yes, because she has to make money. All you about to do is stay home and practice your whack-ass jump shot. Leave her alone. And throughout the movie, we see Anne Hathaway's character is always on the phone talking in a Russian accent, flirting and talking about what she's gonna do to these men. And I'm thinking like, damn, she ain't playing. She has like the largest roster imaginable. But no, it actually turns out that she is a phone sex worker and it's just her job to do that. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And she doesn't want to do this job. She only does it because she claims that it's the only job that she can do where it's paying off her student loan. Tells Topher Grace's character when she's confronted by it, if you know of any job that I can do with my clothes on, please tell me.
Why didn't you tell me?
Okay. I'm broke. I have a 100K student loan. I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to pay off. If you know of a job that will pay a poetry major more than $40 an hour with her clothes on, I'm all ears.
What I'm confused about is, since you never take your clothes off when doing this job, actually, you do this job in public. You stopped your date on Valentine's Day to go do this job. You were on the phone doing this at your other job and next to your neighbor. I wouldn't be surprised if she was doing this in the library. She has no shame. But anyways, Topher mentions that it's too much for him and he dips out. Now back to Edgar. We see him going to a movie and he encounters Topher and they just talk about why they're both spending Valentine's Day alone. And this is what Topher has to say.
Valentine's Day, well, there's got to be a story there.
Well, yeah, not a good one. Pretty much the worst Valentine's Day story of all time.
Bro, I hate this nigga so much. Like, you are complaining to someone that has an actual problem, but he has like an actual reason to feel awful on this holiday. All your girlfriend did was have a job that you don't approve of. She said that she likes you. She was very easily willing to talk about it, and she felt hurt that you said this comment to her.
Are you going to call me?
Well, you know, I'd like to say yes, but I don't know if I can afford it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come on.
So rather than talking about it and trying to be mature, you're whining to a man who don't give a shit about your problems. Bro's like, oh, it's the worst thing that could happen to me on Valentine's Day. Yeah, that's definitely worse than being cheated on by your wife. Both of these couples, they make up, and the older couple, they make up like pretty fast. I'm happy that they were able to bring peace and make amends. But what I don't like is how easily he did this. They had literally one conversation and she was just like, you're gonna forgive me anyways. I didn't like that because, girl, no, he did not have to forgive you, especially because you waited to stab him in the heart with this. Their grandson, he ends up having a crush on Jennifer Gardner, Julia, which is also his teacher. And luckily in this movie, she's not preying on little boys. I'm just glad she ain't trying to catch a case. Now, back to Julia. So, Julia and Reed, they are both separated from their partner. As we saw, Reed was broken up with, and Julia, she crashes old boy Valentine's Day dinner.
Hi. Tonight, the chef is featuring a dish that he likes to call the lime stinking pig.
You're kidding. You're kidding. Huh?
I'd like to say yes, but
You know, the, heart of the pig, a little something like this.
Hopefully ends his marriage. Anyways, after some conversations with their friends, some time alone, Reed and Julia, they realize that they have feelings for one another after being long-term friends because they've always listened to each other's problem and helped each other when they needed it most. In my opinion, this is messy because it's giving rebound. I know it's this still isn't Valentine's Day, right? I know it's called Valentine's Day, but all of this shit does not take place on one day. But this is like the week of Valentine's Day, and I get that love is in the air and y'all don't want to be alone, but like, chill. Take a moment to relax and truly think about how you feel. Especially you, Reed. You were just about to marry another girl. You're about to marry Jessica Alba's character, and you were talking to her about having a family, having children, and now you about to just like move on like that.
I'm about to kiss my best friend.
I hope so.
Not great.
It was awkward.
I'm glad that this movie like had the characters be aware and be like, yeah, this is awkward. Why am I kissing my best friend? Then they like try it again or whatever. But yeah, they have the risk of ruining their bond for eternity, but who knows, they could possibly come out a very happily married couple with children. Now you're probably wondering, Rihanna, what's the verdict? Which movie is truly the messiest? And in my opinion, I have to say Valentine's Day. And no, not because like it follows a lot of relationships and you know that means more drama. It's really because of Edgar and Estelle, bro. Like I felt my heart goes out to that old man. I felt so bad for him. I could not imagine being in that situation. You're so proud and happy of your relationship. Y'all got through everything. Y'all locked in like this, but then it turned out that she loosened that lock a little bit for another man. That's tough. And this movie has, like I said, a lot of drama, including Julia messing with a married man, even though she didn't know. But also in 30 Going on 30, Jenna is messing with the soon-to-be married man. She is fully aware, very fully aware. She just doesn't care. And this is why Jenna is really the villain. Like, we know that she's a kid, okay? She's 13, but she still has enough emotional maturity and like emotional response to understand the gravity of the situation. She approaches him as, if you're getting married to someone, it should be me. And she understands wasn't the best boss, like she wasn't the kindest to her peers. She tries to make amends with all these people, including Maddie. So she's not oblivious in any sense. She just puts her feelings above Wendy. She doesn't care about her at all. First of all, she crashes their wedding, sneaks into his house to have this conversation. Sis, you were not even invited. I understand, you know, this is her last chance to say something and be like, hey, I can't let you go, okay? I have to tell you this. She brings up all these conflicted feelings, and Maddie still like is messing with him a little bit. Girl, if you really cared about him and his relationship. I understand like getting that off of your chest, but did you have to do it that day? Nah, you didn't. You could have very easily told him like right after the kiss. And also, he did initiate the kiss, but girl, you started it by rubbing on his arm. But hey, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you watched these movies before, do you guys remember them being this messy? And if so, which one do you think is the messiest? Also, if you are not subscribed, why not hit that button below? It's beautiful, it's glorious. And you do not want to miss any future messy movie matchups or any movie reactions. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.